Good morning.
Good morning.
Thought we would bring you out for a walk with us and have a chat about the garden that we're creating in Tuscany, because there's been lots and lots of questions about it. And while we're walking, we can just answer some of them and tell you some of our plans.
Abbiamo delle domande, Niki le ha scritte qua. Siccome non capisco niente, dovrà leggerle lei, magari io tengo la camera.
First question we have is, where exactly is the garden located? I think we've shown this in the last video, but just in case you missed it.
Sì, è giusto a fianco della nostra casa, dove anche c'è quella grande mini casa di quel colore tipo rosso.
Shipping container.
Sì, sì.
Yeah, it's just behind the shipping container on the left side of our driveway. So what you might not know is everything on the left side of the driveway is not ours. It belongs to Roberto, Giovanni's uncle, and he has given us full permission to do whatever we like with that piece of land, because he's, how old is he now? 87?
Sì, ha 87 anni e oramai non c'ha più voglia e forse nemmeno la forza di andare nel giardino. È venuto fino all'anno scorso e poi non è venuto più.
Yeah.
Ovviamente ci avrà i suoi problemi come tutti quanti noi, quindi dato anche all'età va bene così.
But I think that he will be coming to have a look once we start planting something.
Sì, sicuramente.
Come and see. And we'll definitely be giving him part of what we grow. If we manage to successfully grow food, we will be sharing it with him, of course, because it's his land.
Magari un giorno compreremo da lui, non lo so, quando lui deciderà di venderlo, se il prezzo è giusto lo compreremo.
As we were walking, I was looking at this. This is the sort of exactly the type of thing we're doing on our fence posts. So there's the one that's a metre that goes a bit underground, and then there's another one on top so that deer can't get over. And I was just looking at it and I've realised that, because in the last video I said that we'd put our fence in upside down, because I thought that the little holes are supposed to go at the bottom to stop smaller animals getting through. But I've noticed that they've got it upside down as well. And also the one I saw the other day was the same. So maybe we haven't put it upside down. Maybe this is the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. Nobody actually told us which way round the fences, what's it called? The netting thing was supposed to go. So maybe we have put it the right way round.
Vedrai che alla fine l'abbiamo messa bene, perché sinceramente, guarda,
What exactly are we going to plant in the garden?
non lo so, questo lo deciderai tu. Cosa ti piace di più? Pomodori, zucchine, cetrioli, patate?
So I definitely want to start with onions, potatoes. I think we're about the right time to plant peas, and maybe tomatoes should be going in now. I'm not really sure of the exact schedule of when everything should be planted. I will be having lots of phone calls with Luca, no doubt, but we are 6.5 hours north of the Amalfi Coast here, so it might be a little bit later than what we'd plant there. Later, is that right? Yeah, I think so.
Sì, vediamo, non lo so, sarà tutto nuovo, è tutto nuovo. Quindi.
Yeah, it's all a new experiment, so we'll take this year, probably the next couple of years or so, as an experiment and see how things go and see what grows best here, because some things might grow better. For example, I know that corn doesn't grow well. It's never grown in our garden in Positano.
Nel nostro giardino,
Yeah.
però non in quello del nostro vicino Michele, lì cresce bene.
Yeah.
E sono solo pochi centinaia di metri di differenza.
Yeah,
Quindi...
so we don't know. We're just going to experiment. We'll probably plant lots of things this year and just see what works and what doesn't, and then take it from there and just learn as we go.
Sì, un'altra cosa invece che possiamo fare è chiedere a chi già fa questo qui e vediamo qual è il periodo giusto per mettere qualcosa nel terreno.
Yeah,
no?
I'd like to visit a few gardens and see what other people are doing. What are the soil conditions like here?
Non lo so, è un terreno sabbioso, molto diverso da quello che abbiamo a Positano, però non sono come si dice, uno che fa i sondaggi nel terreno, non lo so.
I think in Positano, because we're quite near Vesuvius, it's quite volcanic soil, so it's very, very fertile, very good for growing. Here, there's no volcanoes nearby that we know of. But I was in the bar the other day and Maria Teresa?
Sì, Maria Teresa.
Maria Teresa said that in our little area of the town, it's known to be good growing conditions. So she said that the soil is fertile and it is good for growing vegetables. So hopefully she's right.
Sì, speriamo che andrà bene.
Yeah.
Anche se devo dire che la parte nel giardino dove stiamo facendo l'orto è un terreno molto diverso che abbiamo noi dall'altra parte della casa, quindi dal lato opposto della casa. Quindi già lì c'è una differenza nel terreno e sembra molto migliore questo dal lato dove andremo a fare l'orto. Quindi non lo so, vediamo, è tutto da scoprire.
Indy knows that she has to sit down just before we get to this house because they have a cat. She's a very good gal. Can you come here?
Ma che brava che sei.
Put this on.
Vieni qua, amore.
I love her little obedient sits when she sits down without being told. Carla was just pointing out these white flowers here, but then look at this giant asparagus. That is huge.
Sì, è davvero enorme.
And there was another one here which somebody's cut, and now it's got lots of little ones coming off it, but little as in huge little ones. I mean, you could literally do a risotto with all of these. That has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming off it. And that, I mean, that's the size of about 4 little ones. Are you waiting for Mummy? Andiamo.
Guarda qui.
A little orchid. I actually found one of these just in front of where we park our cars. I don't know what orchid it is. It's a bit like the Naked Man orchid, but it's a bit different. What about the beehives you bought last year? Will you be adding bees for pollination? The beehives, yeah, I really want to get going with the beehives. Our main problem was actually the fact that because we keep going away, we need somebody to be here and be available to look after the bees for us when we're away. And I didn't want to do anything in a hurry. So we're just taking our time, figuring out exactly how we're going to do it with the fact that we do have to go back to Positano every now and again. And when we have the solution, we will go ahead with the bees. But I definitely do want to get bees. Might not be straight away. It's quite a big thing to take on. So I feel like we've got a lot on our plates at the moment, also with the retreats and everything this summer. So I might put it off for another year. We'll see.
Sì, anche bisogna che noi teniamo comunque conto che abbiamo dei genitori anziani, seppure stanno in diverse condizioni, come Harry sta magnificamente bene, è un uomo che fa tutto da solo a 93 anni e vive da solo, mentre mia madre ha bisogno di assistenza. Sono fortunato perché ho altri 4 fratelli che vivono là vicino a lei, in più abbiamo Anna, questo meraviglioso angelo, che ci dà una mano con lei.
So we have to take into consideration the fact that we do have to go away quite a bit and we can't just dedicate ourselves 100% to here. So ideally what we need is a live-in assistant. That'd be great.
Sì. Forse un giorno avremo uno.
Maybe.
Dai.
Will you show the build step by step? Yep, if you guys are happy to watch, we will be showing pretty much all of what we're doing, hopefully interspersed with little outings and food and just bits of daily life as well, as we always have done. Which varieties will you plant? Will they be the same as Positano or different due to the climate?
Ovviamente sì, possiamo provare a mettere le stesse varietà che mettiamo a Positano, per esempio i pomodori. Da noi mettiamo i pomodori San Marzano o la Rio Grande, che è un'altra varietà molto, molto buona. Però Giovanni ci ha già detto che lui ha provato anni fa con i pomodori San Marzano, e non solo lui, anche altre persone, e dice che non vengono bene qui, nel senso che non crescono. E quindi non lo so, faremo una prova. Noi abbiamo preso dei semi, però adesso forse è troppo tardi perché dai semi poi bisogna avere la piantina. Adesso servirebbe già la piantina già cresciuta, perché questo è il periodo che si mettono già le piantine di 5-6 cm almeno. Quindi non lo so, bisogna anche vedere se troviamo i pomodori San Marzano qui.
Yeah. We've started later than we would have liked to this year, obviously because we've been away, and also because it was such a terrible early spring. There was so much rain and so much bad weather that we couldn't really do anything. So we spent... Shut up! We had the 10 days that we were supposed to be in Abu Dhabi and went to England, and then we were back in Positano for 2 weeks. So that was the time that we really should have got started, but also at that time the weather was not good enough to start either. We wouldn't have been able to do much at all. So we will start with what we can this year and take it from there. Lots and lots of experimenting, as I said before.
A proposito sull'andare a Positano, qualcuno ha commentato: wow, non sei nemmeno arrivato a Positano e già stai tornando in Toscana. No, non è andata esattamente così, siamo stati 2 settimane, solo che non abbiamo filmato abbastanza perché questa volta ci siamo goduti il nostro tempo lì, oltre che avevamo anche tante cose da fare.
Yeah, and also the weather was pretty bad there as well.
Sì, anche quello.
Yeah, there was a limit to what we could film because it was so awful. But yeah, I mean, we had stuff to do and we couldn't film everything we were doing, so we did have 2 weeks there though. Yeah. And the next question is about compost. Will we be composting? Will we build a compost bin? Yes, we already have a compost bin out near the cars. And I do have plans to build a 2 or 3 tiered one so we can like move it around and use the compost more. But we've always composted. It just makes sense. We've got a big bin and throw all the food waste in it, some of the garden waste, and then you can take it out from the bottom and use it as mulch or fertilizer.
Sì, anche abbiamo un posto dove mettiamo, diciamo, quando faccio le potature, non è che bruciamo tutto, alcune cose le buttiamo in una vallata e lì insomma diventeranno compost.
I eventually want to build one of those like 3-tiered compost things with the pallets, you know, the pallets you get like bags of cement and stuff on. I would like to build a compost thing with those. I've seen them on Pinterest and they look very, very simple to do, and it's a shame because we had a ton of pallets when we were doing the pool. There was loads of pallets underneath, weren't there?
Sì, le avevamo tante.
But you've burnt them.
Sì, no, le abbiamo fatte, no, le abbiamo bruciate nel camino, quindi ci siamo riscaldati, non è che le abbiamo...
But we can pick up some more because I know that the building suppliers have tons and tons of them. It's just a matter of getting them home and then getting on with the job. But yes, we would definitely be composting, and I will also be composting the grass from when I hoover the grass. That's not the right word, is it? What do you do with the grass? You cut it. When I cut the grass with the lawnmower, I normally leave the back off so I don't collect the grass up, but I will start keeping it on and emptying it out into the compost, so we've got the grass to compost as well. And last of all, a question that came in yesterday was, did we ever decide on a house name? No.
Sì, all'inizio in realtà avevamo pensato di un nome che era il nome dell'albero, che c'era un albero vicino alla casa.
We had a lovely willow tree, I don't know if any of you remember, just outside the back door. It was beautiful. And within a few months of us arriving, it basically shriveled up and died. And we kept it for like over a year, hoping that it might just come back to life, but it didn't. It was completely dead.
Sì,
and we were going to call the house, so willow in Italian is salice.
Sì.
And
Infatti la volevamo chiamare Salice.
yeah, in fact, the Wi-Fi was for ages, wasn't it? It was Salisha Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And it sort of just didn't really stick as a house name, though. It didn't really work. And luckily, because we don't have a willow tree anymore. So
Sì,
no.
ma non è che dobbiamo dare un nome per forza alla nostra proprietà.
No.
Sì, per esempio io non ho mai dato un nome alle mie cose o
No.
alla macchina o non so. È la macchina, la chiamo macchina.
And hang on, let's turn around because the view is much nicer. There we go.
There we go, che bello di più.
Yeah, it really annoys me that we haven't come up with a name for the house because I find it's really silly that we say Positano and Tuscany, because Positano is a specific little village and then we say Tuscany as if it's a tiny village too, but Tuscany is a massive region and we haven't managed to narrow it down to one word to define where we're going. So I really do want to come up with that word that so I can say Positano, or I mean I could use the town, but I just want something a little bit more ours. So maybe we should open up a poll. Any ideas for house names? I think it's too late though.
Io no, non è troppo tardi. Va bene ancora adesso. Possiamo dargli un nome quando vogliamo.
Will we use it though? That's the problem.
No, non è un figlio appena nato gli devi dare un nome. La proprietà gliela puoi dare anche dopo 20 anni, che cambia?
Yeah, it's just getting
Sì.
into the habit of using the name now, which it's been a long time that we've been saying Tuscany this, Tuscany that.
No, puoi anche pensare il fatto che come tante persone hanno una barca e gli danno un nome, che è una cosa molto, molto che si fa, dare un nome alla barca, poi a un certo punto se ti scocci di quel nome lo puoi cambiare, no?
Yeah, you can do that. That made me laugh because Elizabeth, some of her boat names are so funny. Mr. Lover, Lover.
No, quello è bellissimo quel nome, veramente.
In this coming Sunday's video over on our main channel, Nikki Positano, which I wish I could rename now, but I can't, so that's the way it's going to have to be. We are reminiscing about the vegetables and everything that we've grown in the garden in Positano. And I've gone back into the archives and dug out loads of little bits of all the produce that we've grown over the years, and Luca doing stuff and teaching me stuff. And it's a real look back at what we used to grow and hopefully some inspiration and an idea of what the garden here can become. So that'll be on Sunday over on Nikki Positano channel. Thank you as always for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this walk and chat with us, and we'll see you in the next video.
Ciao a tutti!
Bye!